Hi everyone, it's Eva Pietrzak here from Abundant Results Coaching, and today I'd love to talk to you about the concept of confidence, where it comes from, and how much it impacts your life, and also how we can change it. So, what is confidence? Some of you may know already that I battled with my self esteem for pretty much half of my life. For about 15 years, I was petrified to read and speak in front of people. In fact, if you saw me several years ago, you would see someone who literally, you give me a paragraph of text to read, and I would shake, shiver, sweat, and run out the door. Who you see now is someone who is delivering events and speaking engagements with no problem and, in fact, enjoying myself. All of that happened because I understood something about confidence. Confidence is not something you're born with. You know, when you're a little child, you're so happy with everything that's going on, you can literally suck your toes and you can be the happiest person in the world. Where does confidence stem from and where does it come from? A lot of us kind of beat ourselves up for lack of self-esteem or having those critical thoughts or disempowering thoughts. You need to really get where it comes from. Who started your confidence? So there's two ways to develop confidence, and it's something developed. It's not something you get by accident, it's developed. So when you're a child, up to the age of 6 and 7, your subconscious mind, which is the deepest part of your mind, is wide open, and everything that is constantly repeated around you is being absorbed, the good and the bad and the indifferent. So when you're learning a language, let's say you are placed in a family which is multilingual, you will actually absorb all the languages around you. When you hear a lot of criticism or someone demanding a lot of you, like why did you get a C, not an A, you will also absorb that. And that is what we call internal critic. So if you're someone who grows up with a lot of praise and people just praise you for a little twirl you'd make as a girl, or for anything that you do, if you get a lot of praise, then you have very steady confidence. You actually believe, you have lots of good opinions and beliefs about yourself, and you power through life. If you grew up with criticism or high demands, so it doesn't matter who that was, it could be your family member, could be a teacher who basically criticized you or demanded a lot of you, like it was never good enough, then it's very likely you have that internal self-critic, inner critic. And that inner critic is creating a barrier of your success. That's why you might have social anxieties, like going out there and speaking in front of people, putting up your online content out and growing your business. You might have fear of networking with people, going out on dates with people that you like. That is your self-image, your level of confidence, and you got it. Most of it you got in your childhood. Now there is a second place where your self-image might have been destroyed. So if you were someone who had very healthy self-esteem and you've been successful, and what we call high emotional impact happened, then your self-image or your confidence crashes. And majority of people who have been highly successful, I have a lot of clients like that, do not know how to revert that. So what is high emotional impact? Let's say you're highly successful, you have a business, and then the business crashes. Maybe recession, whatever happened, the business crashes. Maybe you go through a very highly emotional breakup or divorce. Maybe you go through a period of sickness, and or you lose a lot of money. What's gonna happen is you don't even know that, but you may notice, but majority of successful people don't even get what happened. Their confidence crumbles and they do not feel very empowered about themselves and what they're capable to do and what they can accomplish. And majority of the times, whatever they try to do is not meeting with success. So how do we actually change self-esteem? Just like it was created by repetition of certain information or the high emotional impact, the way to change your self-esteem is called autosuggestion. So we can create a series of beliefs about ourselves which are literally opposite to what we think about ourselves, that is causing that negative criticism, self-judgment, or that barrier from your success. Now, I can talk about this for hours because this is pretty much one of the biggest areas that I've been helping people with. And thankfully, I've helped myself with. And that's why you can guys watch my videos these days. But it takes a while to actually get it. What is self image? How do you really understand it? How do you change it? And to get that experiential learning so that you can move your self image to another level. So, what I would love to do is invite you guys for a special workshop that I will be delivering this Saturday in Dublin. It's 2.5 hours where I would love to help you experience your self image. You will literally be guided how to discover what your deepest thoughts are about yourself, where they came from, and how to flip it to another level. Literally, I will teach you that within 2.5 hours. Now, if you're someone who is not located close to Dublin, then you can join us for a webinar, which is going to happen on 22nd of May. But if you are close to Dublin, you really want to give yourself a gift to come along. Because I tell you this, if you feel at any point in time, regardless how successful you are, if you have inner critic going on, it's very likely that it stops you from another level of success. Whatever your goal is, whether this is changing career, climbing career ladder, increasing your income, becoming, being in love, and transforming your current relationships, self-image is going to be the barrier, not to mention weight. Self-image is everything when it comes to weight, because you can force yourself to exercise and eat healthy, but if you don't change the picture of who you are at the deep depth of your subconscious mind, you will bounce back. You will start emotionally eating and it's just going to come back to where you started. So if you guys can join me, please do. And also think of any people that can benefit from this, because I tell you, this is not taught at school. And in fact, majority of personal development programs do not teach this. And it can literally shift your confidence in several months or even less. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope those of you that have that inner critic going on, you now know that there's hope and you can rewire it. Have a fantastic week, and I hope to see some of you this Saturday. Take care.